We will call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. It is 4:31 p.m. I am Fourth Ward Councilman Mike Ray and Vice Chair of the committee. We will start with the chairperson's roll call. For anyone that's not familiar with the protocol here, we do have this is being recorded. It will show up on our city YouTube. So when you speak, the cameras will follow you. If you're making extra noise, the cameras will be on you. We also have microphones in the ceiling that record the audio as well. If you're called on, people recognize you and you can speak. We'll recognize you to speak. We'll do the chairperson's roll call. To my right,
Julius Oliver, First Ward City Councilman and member.
Kenny Hughes, Second Ward City Councilman.
David Skolnick, Vindicator.
Charles Sasha, Public Works.
Mike Drummond, Building and Grounds.
Sharon Cole, Police Department.
Mayor Felix McDowell, apologies.
Jermaine Kitchen, CPAD.
Sean Carpolo, Police Department.
Mike Durkin, Code Enforcement.
Adam Benty, Law Department.
Sylvia Wilson, Sixth Ward Council.
Under Raheem, Fourth Ward.
And Senior. And Anderson, homeowner, Sixth Ward.
Kimberly Kitchen, Youngstown Municipal Court.
Navath, Court Administrator.
Carla Baldwin, Administrative and Presiding Judge, Youngstown Municipal Court.
Jenny Bolash, Municipal Court.
Chuck Oliver, Street Department.
Stanley Pierce, General Forestry Department.
Jonathan Huff, Chief of Staff.
Scales. Erica Avery, Communities Development.
City Canty, 21 News.
Between Lambert Special Events.
Rich Harvey, Finance.
Tony Franklin, Executive Director, Youngstown Parks and Rec.
Gary Johnson, Water.
Chad Hawks, Law Department.
Valencia Merrill, City Clerks.
all right. We have item 1 done. We will move to item number 2, which is pending legislation. Under ordinance, item number 1, it's regarding emergency removal of loose bricks, 20 Federal East Wall. That'd be Chuck.
Thank you, through the chair. This piece is we brought H&J Restoration Specialists in. We had a situation where a large panel of bricks fell off of 20 Federal on the east facade of the building. The contractor had to bring a very large lift in to reach them. A very large JLG, which was a significant portion of this cost, and it was mostly just removing the loose bricks and anything that had the potential to become dislodged and the cleanup, of course.
Was this part of the demolition from the 20 Federal brownfield? I know we had funded some other things and there was some part removed or some stabilization up there at the top. Is this the same part of the building? Chuck?
Through the chair, no, it is not. It was not. That facade was we call it the penthouse, was the small upper building that was on the north facade. This was the east facade, which was, I guess, adjacent to it. And it was on the main part of the building. It wasn't on the upper part, but it was still up high enough when they needed the large lift. The structural netting that we put up on the north facade during the project was actual, the actual structure itself was falling off, so that's why they used structural netting. This was just a facade that just had come loose, most likely just from the weather, from the freezing. Water gets behind there and then it freezes and it expands and pops the bricks loose.
Okay. Councilman Oliver.
Chuck, can you remind us what jobs and at what price need to be bid out?
Chuck?
Through the chair, anything over $25,000 would be normally formally bid unless it's declared an emergency. Under 735-051.
Adam?
Yeah, through the chair, this statute basically is the statute that allows the Public Works Director to, in an emergency situation, take care of a situation that's an imminent threat to public health. For instance, if we have a water main break, we don't have time to post advertisements for bids, wait 5 weeks, have an open meeting, all that. We need to fix the problem and address it. So this statute, same situation, we have bricks falling off the side of a building. They could be imminent risk to public health. We do the work, and the statute allows our public director of Public Works to handle the situation.
Anything over 25,000, that's an emergency, you can skip the bidding process.
The 25,000 is irrelevant in that context. It's when there's a risk to public health in a situation like this. Thank you.
Councilman Hughes.
Isn't there another provision that allows us to go without bidding to like the best something or whatever? In the bidding process, we've been confronted with information in the past about awarding jobs and coming to your office with an investigation about this piece meets the statute requirements to do such non-bidding.
Adam?
Through the chair, I think, are you alluding to like the request for proposal process where we're evaluating things a little bit more holistically?
Yeah, an actual, somebody's getting the award on that process.
Yeah, I mean, that depends on kind of what the administration's purview is for whatever the job is. Sometimes we are looking for lowest and best. Sometimes we're looking for other parameters for the project that allow us to kind of provide points values to certain things that are more important than others. For example, body cams, there were features that were just the lowest price to provide body cams.
Do you keep track of how many times you use that process?
Me,
Well, whoever.
I don't have that information, Chuck. I don't know if you have that.
It's just,
For public works projects.
Sean?
Through the chair, I mean, generally speaking, an RFP would be used where it's generally sometimes like a service or something you have to use some type of other evaluation other than lowest and best. A traditional bid with, with plans and specifications, whether it's a unit price or lump sum bid, those are bid based upon the lowest and best. So we do RFPs for maybe for parking services will be coming up. We have we just are sending one out for the removal of the low head dams on the Mahoning River, where it's a design build program where you have to evaluate the project approach and there's other factors other than just the price.
thank you. And that means that you don't keep track of them or no?
Through the chair, I would have to count them, I guess. We have no reason to track that particular statistic.
Thank you.
Seeing no other questions on item number 1, we can move to item number 2, which is truck purchase from environmental sanitation. I believe these were discussed in length during the budget process. Councilman Hughes?
What department?
Environmental sanitation, trash.
Is that health department?
No, it's the proper name for the trash pickup, right?
Through the chair, correct.
So it's Mike Durkin.
Yes. Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry, I didn't understand them.
It's glad to see you got a local thing in that, Mike. That's all I want to give credit for.
Thank you, Council. Moving to item number 3, this is for some software, I guess, agreement with the police department. It's pretty routine. Councilman Hughes.
Just to answer, if somebody can address your statement about it's pretty routine, I'll get an explanation of how that's.
Sean?
Through the chair, renew this annually. It's our reporting system that we use.
To the chair.
Councilman Hughes?
I guess when does that expire and when does, because we're in April, so how does that play with the time of year we're in now? When is actually that, and how long has we been having this particular agreement?
Sean?
Through the chair, I don't know how many years we've had this particular system. It renews every June though.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving to item number 4, high volume breaks for the water. Is this water or public work? Harry?
Chairman, I have a really small request,
Yes,
or the council could tell me to go pound salt.
we purchased a lot of salt. Another agenda.
But my request is this, if you could amend the request from not to exceed 59,000 to 62,100. And the reason why is because we had one other repair that Ruchi did for us that came in after the fact. And what happened, my chief engineer was out of town, then I came back, I was out of town, he missed the deadline. So make a long story short, there was another one that was added on Jean Street for $3,395. We take it up to 62,100. I thought it'd be better for me to ask for permission today versus coming back and amending it to increase it, whatever council wants to do.
Okay.
So I'm fine with either way. We submitted the
You okay with an amendment? Okay. Right, seeing no other questions regarding number 4, we can move to number 5, which is another, I think, are 5 and 6 both the same. Harry, part of
Yeah.
the water. Go ahead.
Yeah, through the chair. So this is the other half of the 500,000 that we received the grant. 250 of it is to buy material. These are the 2 vendors that we'll be buying the material from to eliminate lead services. The other 250 will pay for wages.
Okay. Councilman Hughes?
I think I had a couple of days, we've been going back and forth on acknowledgement, you know, and
Almost 45 minutes today. You want to continue?
it's just trying to get, okay. Drinking water, you know, maybe explain that part of it and how it relates to my understanding of the water system that we have. What is this? Could you explain that?
Harry just explained.
Yeah.
So you understand that we have to eliminate all the lead services in our distribution system by 2037. We're doing that a couple of different ways by going out and taking loans, those multi-million-dollar loans to target areas and take out multiple locations with one project. But then also we were able to secure some grant monies to do the exact same. The proceeds from the grant money, we're doing it in-house. So we're not using an outside company. We're going to do it ourselves. That's what this is right here. So I think maybe 2 meetings ago, council approved us receiving it, $500,000 from the state, again, of which 250 is going to purchase materials. And the other 250 will pay for the wages for our crews to go out and eliminate the service, the lead service.
If you, and I'm not trying to drag anything out, and I think we hashed this, and I get that. But give me an example of you going, the individual who's going out and what they're doing and how this money relates to that.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about testing, we talked about whatever we did, but now this money is coming in, and this is the $500,000, that was a grant.
Correct.
And this, is it a matching part of it or?
Incorrect.
No.
No, this is money specifically for what I explained. Testing and the lead eradication is 2 totally different things. I know we had that conversation earlier today about testing.
Right.
This, what happens, to give you a quick overview. So when we have water breaks, we can identify where there's lead and we track it. So those locations, those services that we track outside of the projects, we know where they are. We'll go back and eliminate the services. That's what this money is for. So Nick, our water quality individual, he has a list of where they're located. So we'll take the proceeds from this grant and other grants we were awarded, and go back and eliminate those services using these proceeds.
If this, when this 500,000 plus 50,000 goes away, what would we be doing?
Well, what we did before, because we had another grant, we did the same thing. So we're attempting to go out there and get additional money, aside from, securing loans. If we can secure some grants while the money's available, that's what we're doing. To date, I think we've secured somewhere in the neighborhood of about 2.5. Yeah.
Anything else, Jimmy?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, moving to item number 7. I think this is another street department expenditure, 47,000 for hot box for street patching. Seeing no questions, we can move to item number 8. Asphalt recycler. 72,000. These were all expenditures we discussed in the budget process. Councilman Hughes?
Yeah, I don't think we discussed them all in the budget process, because you moved us along to committee during the same time. But I get the point.
Go ahead.
This, we kind of did, this is patchwork, Chuck, this, we doing our own, if, asphalt?
Through the chair, in a sense, I'm actually, James Pierce, our street department general foreman is here. If you were to maybe explain a little more, but it's my appreciation that this would allow us to use hot patch in the wintertime, because it would take recycled asphalt that we salvage from the roads during the paving process and basically recycle it into a patching material in the wintertime, or I guess during the summer. James, do you want to?
James, if you want to.
Through the chair, this will be a permanent patch to those major potholes in the wintertime. When the hot mix plant isn't operating, we'll have the ability to reuse millings from the summer that they mill up the roads. We recycle these and put these into the potholes, so it'll be a permanent patch. So we ain't going back and forth having to fill in the same hole with the temporary.
So.
Go ahead, Councilman Hughes.
Permanent and temporary patches, I mean, you're saying the patches that we be filling the potholes with, that's just for a temporary?
Through the chair. And in the winter months, the cold mix, yes, it's a temporary patch.
This is a good thing we're doing here.
This will be able to, once we patch it, we won't have to worry about that hole again.
So shouldn't we do the whole street like that?
Thank you. Any other questions regarding? Do those go together then? The 8 and 9? Those?
No, mine's, through the chair.
Oh, I'm sorry. 7 and 8. 7 and 8 to go together. All right. Guess we can move to 9. Talk about this fuel pump. It's 4.
Through the chair, just the fuel pumps at the street department are just in replacement. They're well past their useful life.
Oh, like the gas pumps outside.
Through the chair, no, they're not the gas.
Oh, these
Pumps outside, the actual pumps in the ground.
in the ground. Okay.
No.
It is the pumps.
That's the pumps outside.
Through the chair, okay. All right. Gas pumps.
Who's using that?
Yeah, Jimmy wants a gas card for that. If you.
No. So what departments, who all use, who's getting gas money?
Through the chair, the whole, anybody at the city. Besides, I think water gets their, or water has pumps over there right here. Yeah, but the rest of the city, the police department, fire has their own. Anybody else, parks, sanitation.
Councilman Oliver.
What's the life expectancy on these pumps?
Through the chair, I don't know that.
Chuck,
Through the chair, I would, life expectancy is a kind of a limited term. I mean, it could be they can tell you that the life expectancy, they try to tell me the life expectancy on a paved road is 10 years, but you know, it isn't.
How long was the ones that needed to be replacing? Above ground.
Through the chair, they're probably 20 years old, I think.
Thank you.
This has nothing to do with the tanks in the ground though?
Through the chair, these are apparently they're what you would think of as a gas pump. That's all.
Right.
Are you laughing that's going to?
Yeah, you asked the wrong person.
You shouldn't be sitting there. No, you really shouldn't be sitting.
Don't actually sit right here.
Let's move to item number 10. For a fiery discussion on this, Councilman Hughes, do you have any questions? This is the tree burner.
Yes, I have. You shouldn't be sitting at the table.
That was, I do recall, we did have a discussion in the budget hearings regarding this will help us dispose of tree waste that we collect around various locations in the city. We currently have a composting type dump that the EPA has told us we can no longer dispose of items that way. So when we have large storms or trim trees or things like that, we'll now take that debris and incinerate it through this device.
Through the chair, that is correct.
Does anyone have any questions on that? Councilman Hughes?
We did go through this and it's back and forth. All I want to do is add that it is extremely needed. And that I think it's, as I had said before, we're cutting ourselves short a load when we just going with this. I think the answer was, let's see how it works out and back and forth. But in my ward alone, I think we can we'll have a use for this and then some and then some. And if it's not just my ward, the whole east side, which is pretty much my ward. You know.
It's my award too.
Yeah, you say that today. But all I'm asking is that, is it being used? And if we can use a second one, some kind of way get your support that, you know, we need to move fast on the second one. Council's willing to look at funds for that and be appropriating for it. So you need to check with your boss and see if he's willing to help us out on the east side.
Sure, okay, thank you.
Okay, moving to. Are we good to move on?
Yes.
Okay, moving to item number 11. 2026 Ford F-550 crew truck to replace vehicle within the street department. Councilman Hughes?
I'm just trying to look where we're getting that from. Mike, you ain't on the other Mike's shoulder there, right? Yeah, no.
Allstate, through the chair, I'm sorry. Allstate Ford in Youngstown, Austintown, local.
Thank you.
Moving to item number 12, a snow plow at the street department, 270,000. Councilman Hughes?
I really don't want to be that guy, you know. This is one something and it's snow truck, you know. How's that work?
Go ahead,
This is a big plow truck. The first one up top was a smaller crew cab dump truck.
I remember us talking about a 450 something or a big ton and a half or something like that. Is this what we're looking at?
Yes, the 270 is the big plow truck.
So we just got one of these
Yes.
and that's gonna be enough?
Well, we're trying to buy one a year.
So this is replacement?
Yes.
I got no problems with it. I just want to get clarity because we did talk about this before.
Yeah.
But on the budget.
Okay, are we good to move to item 13? This is for sewer improvements, the project on Exall Court. Chuck?
Through the chair, thank you. About 10 or 12 years ago, when we built Salt Springs Road Industrial Park, I believe that at the time it was in support of Exterran. I believe it was Exterran.
Yes.
And the building still exists up front. There is about 13 acres of developable land behind Exterran, where we, despite our best efforts, and we did everything we could to get sanitary service back there, because of gravity and availability of existing sewers, we were able to get sewer back there, but it's not the ideal situation because the sewer is not deep enough, because there was so many restrictions to really make it a available development site. So what we're doing with this project is to install a pump station to allow a deeper connection into the sanitary system to for development.
Yeah, I reached out to administration to ask what the caliber, the scale of a project of this nature that would require a $1.9 million investment into the sewer, that we'd have to be bringing in something large enough to do that. And Domain?
Through the chair, as he mentioned, it's several acres, and so there's no one thing. What we're doing is preparing the land for a shovel-ready site. We get leads from the chamber, from Lake to River, from our own efforts, Ohio Department of Development. And what we don't want to happen is, which has happened in the past, is interested parties looking for a site with certain dimensions, certain acreage or whatever, utilities and all of that. And our response is we don't have anything. So we're essentially prepping this so that we have a shovel-ready site, so that when our efforts do land a project that makes sense to go on this site, you know, we can compete against other cities, communities, or wherever else they're looking. So there's no current end user right now. It's just site readiness.
Councilman Oliver.
So I'll just say this, I had a conversation with you yesterday, Mr. Kitchen. I also had a conversation with the mayor. I kind of said two different things. So I don't know where we really are with this as a project. I'm not gonna like say what we talked about, but I mean, unless you want me to, I don't stay with me. But it was two different statements. So for me, not having any prior information on this situation, there's a little bit confusion. It's a lot of money to spend for something that it seems like it's some confusion within the administration on, and not too much communication with the council.
Well, through the chair, if I could speak for me, I don't know what other conversations you had.
We'd accept any.
I don't have a project to announce to this body on this site. We're preparing the land so that it becomes a marketable piece of property so that we can attract an end user to the site. Our efforts are still ongoing. Again, we have partners, we get leads all the time. They're looking for sites, they're looking for land. The big thing that they look for is shovel-ready sites. I don't want to get a call and we have for example, Kimberly Clark, they won't fit there, but for example, and they're ready to come. And now we're starting the process of scrambling to find out where we could potentially put them, instead of being able to give them an inventory in our portfolio to say, hey, we have 3 sites that may work for your deal. So that's what we're doing.
So my follow-up question would be then, out of all the different sites that we've been gathering, because we've been gathering land and putting it together for as long as I can remember, is this the largest site and the most, like pertinent to prepare, or what's the deal with not getting all the other parcels that we've gathered and collected together? Why aren't we getting those ones prepared as well?
It's through the chair, it's a both and. The largest piece is probably Crab Creek. That's not a right now, it's an ongoing thing because of how large of a tract that is. If you recall in our CPED meeting, we talked about our overall strategy to acquire land, to prepare as much land as possible. Essentially, this just fits into what we said we were gonna do. So there's other lands that we're trying to acquire right now. Some may need some remediation such as this, or some work such as this. Some may not need as much work. But the goal is to pretty much increase our portfolio, so we have options for developers.
Well, I guess the overwhelming thing will be with the cost.
Oh, I'm sorry, through the chair, McGuffey Plaza is another example. Again, we know the condition of that, we know how bad it's been. We
Right.
started to clean up, and that's another parcel of land that we'll be able to market. You know, again, I'll share it with you, share it with the group, and I'll share now, we're seeking funds to put in some infrastructure, to put in a road that leads from Albert Street directly into Garland, so that McGuffey site now becomes much more attractive as well, 20, 30 some acres, whatever is there. So it's no different than what we're doing across the city. When the phone rings, we want to have something to present. I don't want to start from scratch when that time comes.
Thank you. Chuck, are other utilities ready there? Power need to be run when we say, I don't know, I think shovel ready being a somewhat, I would look at that site and say shovel ready. Does that mean all existing utilities? Because at that site, it needs some construction. So the process of construction would coordinate the time of spending 1.9 million for a pump station. Also, Kyle's not here looking at the return on investment of income tax and potential water and wastewater revenue and how long we would take to realize that. I'm not sure if, 12 acres, that's how much, when we look at the size of Valorant, which is way different. I mean, how many employees they have versus the number of, the return on investment for 1.9 is what I'm thinking of.
Through the chair, that price also includes to run, we would need power and gas, and fiber back to the pump station, which would then be available for any potential developer.
So the way you just described it, Chuck, conversations I've had, it sounds like there's a developer. Not a potential developer. It sounds like there's somebody on the line that we're preparing this property for. I don't know if that's, I know Mr. Kitchen said there's not. But we're about to spend 1.9 million, almost 2 million. And the way you just said it, it's like you already know what's needed for whoever's coming.
Go ahead, Chuck.
I think I'll just try to repeat exactly what I said. I said that we have to run, to install the pump station for any developer that would go back there. We need to run electric, gas for backup power generator, and fiber for telemetry to the pump station.
That's separate.
It would also, well, they wouldn't run more power and additional power back there. We're running power for the pump station, which would be a public utility that anyone can tap into once it's back there. It's not just for the pump station. It would be a public utility ran in the public right away, just like it is everywhere else, whether it's gas or electric or fiber optic.
Talking about an overall strategy and making shovel-ready sites, I don't think anyone's going to disagree. I would like to see a plan or some strategy on what we're doing. If we're going to allocate almost $2 million, it's in my ward. I mean, I would love to see that. I know previously I had someone reach out and want to do other facilities there. I mean, I remember a discussion several months ago with the previous administration, but I'd like to see if this is worth spending the money on. So, what else's thought is?
To the chair, I guess it's worth noting that the plans are about 90% complete. Our permit to install is applied for with EPA, and we're pending approval for that. And it is ready to bid. Being that City Council does not have a meeting in the beginning of May, this would push this to, if it doesn't get approved tonight, it would be pushed into mid to late May, and then it just further delays the bid process and the lead time of equipment on the pump station.
Councilman Oliver.
I was gonna say, Adam, what, are you still doing the process or are you gonna call each council person and discuss the agenda ahead of time? Cause that didn't happen in this.
Yeah,
It
sure.
seems like it's just like, it seems like there's a lot going on with this project and there's a lot of skepticism, you know, it's not clear what's really happening.
I don't know, go ahead, Adam.
Through the chair, I didn't have the chance to do that today. I had a doctor's appointment, but the goal of my call is to have conversations from a legal perspective of things that I'm not comfortable talking about on the floor in case there's a settlement or something like that. If you have general questions of the administration, I don't want to speak on economic development projects. I'm just trying to protect the integrity of our meetings and the open meeting rules and everything. Did get to that today. I think I've been pretty good on that, but
Through the
Cynthia.
chair, yeah, through the chair. Jermaine, you said that there were 3 different properties that you were looking at? Or what exactly were you saying again? Okay, like this property here, 1.9, and then you said that to have them shovel ready. Okay, I understand that. Do we also have, for whatever the other properties that are being looked at, some like maybe estimates of how much like the utilities would be to end up putting them into those properties in addition to these numbers?
Go ahead.
Through the chair, each site is gonna require different things. So for example, the McGuffey Plaza site, we were
You keep
cleaning that
bringing up
up.
the McGuffey set. We're gonna have a conversation.
The chair, I have the floor, Councilman. Okay, so each site is gonna have different requirements.
Right.
When we talk about our overall strategy to acquire land, make as much shovel ready as possible, we have no way of knowing what a return on an investment is gonna be until we know what the investment is, right? So some sites, the utility's already there. Some sites might have, depending on which structure was on it, we may need to apply for some brownfield remediation monies. Some sites may not need anything. They're ready to go, right? And so at the end of the day, no matter who comes to any of our sites, unless it's a campground, we're just putting tents up, they're gonna need utilities. So it doesn't matter who it is, we're preparing it for whoever it could potentially be. I understand Chuck talks about the timeline and everything like that, but I'll just put it back to council and say, we don't have to spend all night on it. You can decide to put it in committee, to vote for it. We can talk about it in another meeting or whatever you want to do. But essentially, we've said what our plan is. You guys can consider it and we'll live with whatever the decision is.
Thank you.
Councilman Hughes.
My problem is $2 million and you saying you don't have anybody to move on the piece of property. You saying that we're gonna take $2 million and we're gonna put a pipe in the ground and hope somebody comes thinking it's important. Now, I get this. So we must be, you must got a crystal ball or something that you're using when you pick the site. I just can't understand why that site and why not every site. Why don't you take $2 million and put it in 10 sites and 20 sites? I'm just saying.
So through the chair,
Go ahead.
again, this is a public works piece, not a CPED piece. I'm just trying to lend context to it. As Chuck already stated, this is on Salt Springs, which is already a large industrial park. These, 10, 12 acres, you said, Chuck? There was some interest before, for whatever reason, didn't happen. Apparently, there's some work on the ground, some things that need to happen. We're simply just preparing it so we don't miss another opportunity. So if another $2 million needs to be spent somewhere else, Councilman Hughes, I would gladly put the legislation before you with an explanation for you to consider that as well.
Councilman Hughes.
Yeah, all I'm saying, and maybe the Lady Kyle can answer this. What's your first name?
Rich.
Rich. My thing is it not a fund that we can create and that we can hold the money so that we could, wouldn't it be smarter for us to have the money in, say, 10 million, $20 million set aside, waiting for these kind of projects, you know, so that we won't have to already invest in a property that no one's ever gonna come to, and money is gone. Instead of saying that, we get the property, these people says, we want this property, only this property. We want this site, only this site. So where's this fund? We take it out of the fund to do the project at that time. It's not common, newswise to me, that we're spending money thinking that somebody might come. When we can hold on to the money till somebody do come, and we can work with them then in the site that they do select, seems to be a better use of money to me. Now, maybe Rich can tell me I'm shooting in the dark or something, but what do you think, Rick?
Rich.
Building and ground.
We could take a recess. We'll recess due to a leak at 5:13.
It's a sign.
I don't know.
Really understand, do we have a project or something?
Well, it's the air conditioning's running nonstop.
You know, is that
Right.
is that insurance that help?
Yeah, just recess, just recess.
Lifesaver.
Do we just?
Upstairs. It's the.
Oh, JC. Yeah. Trying to figure out where the elevator was.
All right, we will call the meeting back to order at 5:20. Hopefully nothing else falls from the sky, locust attack or. We were on 13. I think we've exhausted that and probably makes sense to discuss that in CPED. To answer the additional questions, we can move to 14, which is a position for environmental sanitation. Is Mike Durkin.
Through the chair, that's mine. We discussed this in budget committee meeting, finance committee. Does anybody have any questions on it?
Councilman Hughes.
This is a new position.
Through the chair, correct.
Never been before.
Correct.
So the work though that they're doing, this is work that was being,
Through the chair, this is the work that was being done by the environmental sanitation supervisor who is retiring in May. And this person will take over that.
the supervisor.
Yes, yes.
When he was doing this work, he was supervisor of personnel?
Everything down there, down at the sanitation yard. Yes, he ran the whole program down.
This is not the guy who had some special certification and that we were talking about 4 years ago.
Through the chair, no.
No.
All right, 15 and 16 have to do with courts. I see Judge Baldwin is in attendance. If you want to join us at the table or stay back with an umbrella.
Councilman Hughes is nice. I will join you at the table.
Would you like to sit here? I'll give you my gavel just in case.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead, Judge.
Thank you through the chair. So item number 15 is just asking council to adjust the salary steps for an existing position. This adjustment would bring the court administrator's salary range in alignment with that of the chief of staff of the mayor. And so we want to have some parity between both branches of government, as she is number 2 for the court and handles all the executive functions of its operation. And we did include the impact of this in our budget, what council has already approved for 2026.
That was 15, correct?
Correct.
And then 16.
And 16 is just a position that we will soon fill that has been on the master salary schedule. However, once we looked at it closely, the math simply wasn't mathing. And so this is just to correct the actual math for this position. So is the numbers listed here will be the actual hourly and annual rate max, as this is a part-time position. There are no benefits being offered, beyond this. And this is a grant-funded position. We have grant funds to cover this, so this will not impact the general fund.
Okay. To Councilman Justin.
What is that, Grace? What is that? Just my curiosity.
Oh, no, absolutely. Appreciate the question, the chair.
Go ahead.
This is just Judge DeSalvo's specialized docket, which is the human trafficking court. These are intensive dockets for these individuals who we find to be both high risk and high need. And this individual will be on call essentially to handle all the facilitation of everything they need to do, kind of be a case manager and just to oversee the overall functioning of the program.
Thank you. Any other questions on 16 or 15 for the judge? Councilman Hughes.
Chucky and I was the best of friends. I want you to know that, It's a good judge. I have to call him, Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Oh, Councilman Oliver.
We pretty much went over this in the budget, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor.
Thank you. I just wanted to share with folks that Judge and I and Chief of Staff Jonathan Huff, as well as Court Administrator Melinda, sat together on these and really had conversations to arrive at this space. And so that's a wonderful collaboration between the city and the courts that I just wanted to point out that, as she stated, bringing some parity to this, making sure that we don't lose top talent to other communities and past scenarios that we've had. And so that we've been invited to the courts. We've done that several times already in the first 100 days, and just been a wonderful collaboration to arrive at this point. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Mayor. Thanks, Judge. And I would say that the folks that are here with you from the courts are now familiar faces in these meetings. So they have definitely showed an interest.
Thank you.
You got your crew right behind me in every court, every meeting as well.
I wonder why.
Item 17 is police. Any questions on that?
Good.
Councilman Hughes?
It's the date that I'm trying to get clarity on for this, if you can give me something with that.
Sean?
Through the chair. What part of it?
Well, it says matching period of,
July 1, 25. Is that what you mean?
yes, 2 to 27.
So we were just awarded this grant now. July 1 would have been when you could have applied for it, and we don't control when they give the awards out. But we have until June of 27 to use the funds.
We budget for these same items though, already from other funds?
We do, so it'll save those.
Right.
Those are together.
17 and 18 are together.
Okay. All right. 19 is discretionary. 20 is discretionary. 21 is discretionary. 22 is discretionary. 23 is discretionary. 24, I'm sorry, late 26-80 was discussed yesterday in the CPED meeting, and we decided to bring that forward as a late. So if we, hopefully we get some more council members here. Wow. So which one's amended? Four. Well, the clerk's not here yet, so we'll. Or it was amended
62,100.
We got that. What? 14 through 20. Eight. 26,000. We got 1 is 3. 43, 23. Okay. All right, I will make a motion that we take items 1, 2, 3, 1 through 3, 5 through 12, 14 through 23, and late ordinance 26-80 to the floor for consideration and passage.
Same.
I will. Yeah, and then item number 4, there was a request for an amendment for striking 59,000 appears and replacing it with the 62,100. I would make a motion that we take that to floor consideration passage with an amendment.
Second.
That makes sense, clerk?
What did we do with 13?
We didn't
Oh,
go back to
okay.
13 yet.
Okay.
And make a motion that 13 go to CPED.
Second.
All right. That's everything. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Second is 5:30.